Welcome to the Florida Chamber's Bottom Line. Joining me today is David Hart, Executive Vice President of the Florida Chamber, and our very special guest, Agriculture Commissioner Adam Putnam. Gentlemen, it's great to have you on the program. Thank you, Commissioner, for being here. Let's get started and talk about the agriculture industry. It's the second largest economic engine in Florida. What is your vision for the state of Florida as it relates to strengthening the economy, creating more jobs?
You know, that's a great point that a lot of people tend to forget about, that even when we're in good economic times, it's the second largest industry in the state. It continues to be very strong despite the downturn in other pillars of our economy, and is contributing $100 billion to our state. As we look over the horizon, we continue to be a state that's supplying most of the fresh fruits and vegetables for the country during the winter months. We're exporting to 120 different countries. We are diversifying into new commodities. We're seeing things grown in Florida that have really taken off that people didn't think were possible. Blueberries have gone gangbusters. We're seeing peaches move into the state of Florida. And we're seeing new opportunities to grow crops that allow us to produce energy. And as that technology continues to emerge and improve and get more affordable, it will be an extraordinary new revenue option for landowners in the state of Florida that helps us be more energy secure, as well as supporting rural economic development in a less traditional way.
And David, that's really important to the Florida Chamber, international trade and sort of opening up new markets.
Absolutely. You know, Adam and I both grew up in Polk County amongst the orange trees, and I think we both know and understand agriculture will always be one of those legacy industries of Florida that we should protect and grow and help it thrive. But it's also important this session and beyond that we begin to diversify Florida's economy and look for opportunities for manufacturing, trade, and doubling Florida origin exports.
Well, Commissioner, you've really put a huge emphasis on fresh produce in the state of Florida and recently launched the Farm to Table initiative. Could you briefly talk about that and why focus on that? What is important about this?
Well, you play to your strengths, and the state of Florida has a broad range of the healthiest, most wholesome fruits and vegetables during the winter months. And there's just not that many other states that can say that. And so we see a missed opportunity that we're now addressing in that school children, 2.5 million per day in the school lunch program, are missing out on the more healthy options that happen to grow in the state of Florida. Now, from a business perspective, if we can grow the next generation of Floridians who have healthy eating habits, healthy lifestyles, and grow up with the habit of eating Florida-grown produce, then we're not only supporting our local industry, but we're creating habits that will bend the healthcare cost curve that affects every Floridian, every taxpayer, every business. And so we think it's a win for everyone. It's also creating a new processing infrastructure that hasn't really existed in Florida before, where the things that we grew that were being shipped out raw to the Northeast are now staying here and being processed for this new market that's been created. So there's a job opportunity, there's a healthy lifestyle opportunity, and it's just good for the future of our kids in our state.
And David, I know that the Chamber has also been very focused on maintaining and managing the healthcare costs, which are escalating in the state.
This is so important, and if we get this right, if our kids are eating more nutritious, balanced meals, they're likely to be performing better in school. And think of the healthcare costs we're saving and reducing over the long haul.
Now, there are many serious issues impacting the state, and with the start of the 2012 session, you've already weighed in on some of the bills or the proposals that are out there. Why do you feel that it's important to weigh in on these issues, and what are some of the issues you're concerned with?
Well, as a statewide elected official, there are issues that are important to the whole state that may be outside the scope of being Commissioner of Agriculture and Consumer Services. One of those that is within our scope that we've weighed in on is having a smart energy policy for the state. Another one is protecting the sterling reputation, the brand that we have, and taking a strong stand against gambling. If that's what people in Vegas want to do and people in Atlantic City want to do, that's certainly fine. But Florida has a reputation as a family-friendly destination for world-class attractions, fantastic beaches, wonderful natural resources. And we should avoid the temptation of taking the easy way out. And decades of statewide leaders on a bipartisan basis have stood against this, and I'm proud that the Chamber's come out strongly against it as well.
Thank you, Adam. You know, Alia, we at the Chamber believe that gambling is a bad bet for Florida, and we appreciate Commissioner Putnam's leadership on this issue. I think what happens in Vegas should simply stay in Vegas. It could destroy Florida's brand and what we love about Florida. And so we look forward to continuing to stand with Commissioner Putnam in opposition to that. And then just real quickly on energy, appreciate your leadership on that too, Commissioner. You know, Florida will need 72% more energy by 2030. We have got to plan and put in place a long-term strategy for our energy needs, and it's really terrific that you've made that a priority of yours, Commissioner.
Thank you.
With that, thank you for helping us kick off this edition of the Bottom Line. And to our viewers, thank you for watching. We hope your bottom line is looking up.